Today I'll be talking about an EDC from Benchmade that is in a lot of variations, so you can buy one that fits you right now. Welcome back to my channel and thanks for stopping by today. If you haven't already, please follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Also, make sure to subscribe before you take off. Today I'm talking about a pretty popular knife on Benchmade's line. It's been around for a while. They have two sizes to it. It is the Mini Griptilian. I have wanted this knife for quite a while. I got it. I wanted to carry it a little bit before I started showing it off to you folks. And I got some good information on it that I think you'll be interested in. So before that, let's go through some quick specs and show you what it has to offer. This Griptilian model is built with an OD green handle and black finish, drop point blade, and a plain cutting edge. This version is in D2 steel. However, in 2019, Benchmade has upgraded the Griptilian Mini to CPM S30V blade steel. The Griptilian is a no-nonsense daily carry knife that features strong and lightweight textured Noryl GTX handles. Double V20J stainless liners add strength and durability to the handle design, and of course, Benchmade's famous axis lock mechanism keeps the knife easy to open and easy to close for both right and left-handers. So as I was saying, this is the OD green handled with the black finish blade. The reason for that is when I get a D2 steel blade, which this one is, I like to have that just for a little bit of corrosion resistance. Also, with S30V, it won't be as big of a deal, but I just think it looks cool, that OD green mixed with the black blades. So there is the side. Oops, look at it, I'm going to block my face. Hey, there is the clip. It's not a super deep carry clip, but it is, you're going to have a little bit sticking out there, but you can tell from the knife just by seeing it in my hand, it's not a very big knife, which surprised me when I got it. You're talking about a really small EDC. The full size is a lot bigger. The knife blade is just a little under 3 inches. So that's something to consider if you are in a state like I used to live in, which was Washington State, that you needed to have like, I think, a 3.5 inch or less blade to EDC it, to conceal it. And so this would fit in that realm for you. A couple things I've found when I've carried this knife around, it is the texture that they've put in the handle. There is some grip there, you can see, so it does give it a little bit of grippiness when you're working on stuff and your hands get a little bit slick. There is jimping on the top here it's decent. It's kind of handle jimping with a little bit on the blade, but it gives you a little bit of a ramp there to where you can get a little bit of grip. It is kind of for me, a weird spot of how you handle it. I like having a spot where you can kind of, that choil where you can get up and really grip and work on stuff. This one is more just a regular cutter. It doesn't give you that extra, but it's a small enough knife, maybe it's not a big deal. The blade design is drop point. The second kind of cool for this is just not there for me. I like but don't love the blade design and how it looks, and that's part of it, right? If you're going to carry something every day, making sure that it has a look that you like is important. I love the green and black though. You can see it there if I can get my focus to work there. Now, what kind of use would I see for this? The uses are many, but again, this is an everyday carry. This is a food preparation. This is a good backup knife if you're out hunting and you have your main knife that you're going to process meat with. This is great for using while you're out and about. It's light enough. It weighs 2.5 ounces, just a touch over 2.5 ounces. So if you are going to carry it in a hunting situation or out fishing as a second knife or your primary knife, maybe even if you're not processing fish, you're just out cutting lines, things like that, this would be a great option for that. The knife, even with this D2 steel, which D2 is, again, if you've watched some of my older videos with D2 steel blades, it is controversial. It can range from good to excellent because it's a heat-treated blade or steel. Depends on how the heat treating was, how great of an edge it's going to keep or how tough it's going to be. But from my experience, maybe I've just been lucky, D2 has been dead on, and it's a little bit cheaper than some of the more expensive steels, so it's a really good knife blade to have. Some negatives for me. Show you in my hand, as you can see, It does take up most of my hand. It does grip in my hand okay. I can get my hand all the way around it, which is nice. It does feel fine when you're cutting. My challenge with it is it feels just a little small. So like when I deploy it, I'm not gripping enough to make it feel like it's not going to go flying out of my hand when I deploy it. Maybe that's just nitpicky. I tend to get that way sometimes, but it is something to consider if you have, I wear large gloves when I buy latex gloves or something, they're size large. So, you know, it's not, I mean, my hand's not massive, but it's not small either. But it is, again, it's hard to argue with this knife. Checks all the boxes. Now that it's S30V steel, it is a little bit more expensive. I paid with D2 steel $79.99 for this. Now I believe it's a 110, 111, something like that. So it is a little bit more expensive of a knife. It's over that $100 barrier. But if this is something that you're going to carry in a purse, or you're going to carry and you like this blade design, you want an EDC, I would not be afraid to use this. It looks heavy duty, it's light. It doesn't weigh a ton more than the Benchmade Bug Out. Now, the Bug Out's probably a better knife, but I think this feels heftier than the Bug Out. It has the steel liner in it, whereas the Bug Out, the handle's just what it is. So I would say this is a great knife. I would put it in my medium, good, not exceptional, but not bad, kind of neutral. And I think that's what is meant for this knife. It's meant to be, doesn't stand out a ton, but it doesn't need to because the uses that it has, it's fine for. Don't be afraid to buy this. It's a good knife. Not a lot of negatives to it. Negatives are really just personal opinion at this point. That's it for this video. Before you take off, please make sure you click that subscribe, and until next time.
Here comes the noise, bringing it loud, like a stadium shaking the ground.